Hi, I'm Nick from Tabletop Duo, and today you will learn how to play Sorry Grab and Go. Setup. Choose a color and place the corresponding pawns on the matching color start area. Shuffle the cards and place them face down on the corresponding space. And now you're ready to learn how to play. The object of the game is to be the first player to get all 4 of their pawns from the start area to your home area. The youngest player goes first. On your turn, draw a card and follow its instructions. Then, place the card face up on the discard pile. You can only move a pawn out of the start space by drawing a 1, 2, or sorry card. Example, the red player draws a 5, so they cannot move a pawn, skipping their turn. The green player draws a 2 and moves its pawn out of the start space. Pawns move clockwise around the board unless a card instructs them otherwise. You can move over another pawn, but if you land in a space that is already occupied, the following happens. If the space is occupied by an opponent's pawn, bump it back to its own start area and take its place. Or if the space is occupied by one of your own pawns, your turn ends. You must always move if you can, even if it's not to your advantage. To reach the home space, move the pawn through the safety zone of the player's pawn color. Note that you cannot enter a safety zone by backward move, but your pawn can move backwards out of its own safety zone. And with the exception of the slide action, you cannot move your pawn past your own safety zone entry. However, your pawn can pass the entry space on a backwards move. For example, the blue player draws a 4 card, moving their pawn backwards 4 spaces. They can't enter the safety zone by a backward move, so they keep moving backwards on the outside track. If you land on a slide containing your color, slide the pawn to the end and bump any pawns in your way, including your own, back to their own start areas. Example, the red player lands on the triangle at the beginning of the red color slide, sliding ahead. There are 2 pawns on a path, a green and a red one. Both are moved back to their own starting areas. Note that you cannot do this action on a slide that isn't your color. When your turn ends, play passes to the next player on your left. Note that if you run out of cards to draw, take the discard pile and reshuffle it, placing it back in the draw space. The first player to move all 4 of their own pawns into their home space wins. And that's how you play Sorry Grab and Go. Leave a like if this video was helpful to you and consider subscribing to Tabletop Duo to get their latest how to play tutorials on your favorite board and card games. Thanks for watching and see you next time!